According to Fed stats, 75% of businesses fail.
And a lot of it, they say, is because lack of financing, but I think if they set up right the first time, the financing wouldn't be an issue.
Right, right. Because a lot of people really do well at what they do. It's just the management and the cash flow that hurts many businesses.
Right, and that's just how business is. It's seasonal. Businesses are seasonal. But this is why I teach to have a few of them, because when one is slow, the other one's picking up. I think that's just a smart way to build wealth. But when you obtain business credit for your business and it represents the business itself, then you don't have to worry about anything in your personal life. I'm saving marriages, I tell people all the time. I make them laugh in the seminars. I'm saving marriages because now you don't have to go to your husband to help you co-sign for something for your hair salon, which he doesn't think is going to work anyway, and there's no big fight at the house anymore. Go get yourself some business lines of credit. Let the business do what the business needs to do for the business, and leave your husband alone, and vice versa.
And I must give a warning to that. You know, when you go out and you're getting this kind of stuff, you got to take that money and do what you're supposed to do with it.
Absolutely.
All right, because we don't want people to get in a pitfall. And I've heard, now I looked at your website, and on your website, and I see where, now we mentioned a minute ago a small business, small operation, 10 to 25,000, but I've heard that people are, with your workbook, with your seminars, are obtaining up to $250,000, Vernice?
Per tax ID, at that. Many of them have several tax IDs, several businesses, and they're all businesses. I have 4. All my businesses are online, and they're all up and running. So you can, the great thing about our country is that there's no limit to how many tax IDs you can have. Fair warning though, when you obtain a tax ID, the IRS will require a social security number. A lot of people panic there. Hey, I thought I didn't need my social. When you're dealing with the IRS, you always need a social because that's just an identity issue. But when it comes down to working with vendors and getting credit lines for your laptops and your equipment and things like that at the office, it's all based on your tax ID and the history of your business and the standing at the banks.
Now, I don't think that we should not emphasize that enough. We can't emphasize that enough. The fact that you're creating a separate entity, which doesn't impede your personal.
Yeah, that's very important. That's where it's at right there. I think a lot of us would still be afloat during this recession if we had been set up right the first time. And I mean, I see it every day, you know, and it's a sad reality. But now that we're here and we've lost, you know, we can start all over again and do it the right way this time. And here's some good news for you. When I teach business credit and using other people's money because that's just the way of our country, and we have to get involved with this. But if you're serious about building generational wealth on any level, at some point leaving a legacy for your children, because when you go in business, that's usually the thought, I want to leave something for my kids. You're going to have to learn not only to be able to obtain money, but how to reinvest that money. And that's not something that I represent, but I recommend. Because again, you want to have something to do with this money when it hits your hand.
Right.
You know, you want to reinvest it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, whether you're expanding your business, your daycare, your hair salon, whatever it may be, reinvest that money. We're not talking about money, like you said, to go buy a new car. If your business is doing that well and it can afford it, fine. But for the most part, we want to take it and reinvest it, pay the bank back, and then we're in the green and we can go from there. Right.
Some of the things that you talk about in business credit, and we talked about the car and all that, but isn't it better when you buy your car, that you buy your car through your business?
Absolutely.
Talk about that.
Well, if something happened and they had to repo your car, chances are you hadn't made the note on it because the business wasn't doing well enough. And if that happens, they take your car and they can't come after you personally, because you never personally guaranteed it. Your business guaranteed it. So now they're going to go after the business. So now it's between the car company, the auto loan company, and your business.
But aren't there some other advantages as well? The fact that the automobile note is a write-off as an expense to the business, so is the insurance, the gasoline, and all the other expenses, maintenance and so forth.
All that stays right in place. And for the most part, that's usually why people do it. But I think the risk is what we need to learn more about.
Exactly.
You know, why you want to do it, because look at the risk that's involved now. It's minimal risk. And I don't like to promote it like, hey, you can get free credit and walk away anytime. No, these businesses are up and running and they're thriving. These people are not going to walk away from their businesses because they're doing well.
The purpose of having a credit is so you can be more and more successful.
Exactly. And so, you know, you can keep your money home. You don't want to tap into the college funds and your credit cards and the things that you've earned, the money you've earned for a living for. You want to save that and, like I said, you know, use it for retirement. That's what it's for. But the business income should be, you know, to be leaving a legacy and things of that nature and taking care of the business.
So, what kind of people should be at your seminar on the 24th?
Business owners. Maybe folk that are considering opening a business, have some questions. Definitely they need to be present, because this is an opportunity for them to hit the ground running and start right out the gate the right way. Their chances of success are going to be far more greater than a lot of the others that have done it without business credit. Business owners, though, entrepreneurs, people that are even in business that have been, because there's a lot of people in business right now, Emil, that have been in business for 10, 12 years, don't know anything that I'm talking about. And then when they hear it for the first time, it's like, are you serious? I don't know how I could have missed this. It was a big secret for a very long time, and I realized it was just expensive information, not so much a secret, just expensive information. So I would say business owners are all welcome. Even teenagers, high school students going to college, maybe thinking about launching something on the side while they're doing their studies. I think it's good for them to hear it, because again, if we're going to create generational wealth, we're going to have to educate our youth, and that's going to be a big part. Even also church members, folks in, you know, in the seat at the churches, financial workshops. These things are important, and we're going to have to get the word out one way or another. Somebody's going to have to be responsible to make sure that happens. For sure. Well, we're here with Vernice Dauphin. Please, Larry, put her website up so folks can see her website and go to the website for more information on October 24th's seminar that's coming up here in Metairie. That's correct. Perhaps, okay. And Vernice is here from Atlanta, well, from New York, via Atlanta, via all over the country, because you've been about 4 different places the last couple of days. Right, I just did a tour in New York, that's correct. And she's blessed us today to fly into town just to let us know about the corporate credit seminar that's coming up on October 24th. So for more information, you can go, what's that website again? www.corporatecreditresults.com. All right, well, folks, that's our show here for the day. Here at Where Family Matters, we hope to always bring you information that is good for you, that is inspiring you, and that is helping you get to the next level. I'm Emil Abad with Vernice Dauphin as my guest today. Come back next time for another Where Family Matters.